Welcome into the Lakers Report by Chat Sports. I'm Chase Sr. Today's show brought to you by our friends at Magic Spoon. For the tastiest, healthiest, and most protein-packed cereal out there, cereal for adults, go to magicspoon.com/Lakers. That allows you to get $5 off at your checkout. We'll tell you more about Magic Spoon coming up. Some news to get to late on a Tuesday. Alex Caruso is set to be a free agent this offseason. Was arrested Tuesday in College Station for possession of marijuana and drug paraphernalia. He was released, so he is now a free man on a bail that's a little more than $4,000. And as I mentioned, he's going to be an unrestricted free agent this summer, so he is free to sign elsewhere. All of this news kind of coming in. We're going to bring you the latest details here. He was hit with 2 charges, possession of marijuana. That's a $3,000 bond amount. He was also charged with possession of drug paraphernalia, and he was let go on $1,200 bail. Here's his mugshot right here. Alex Caruso grew up in College Station. He went to Texas A&M, which is in College Station right now. And it looks as though he was back home possibly in the offseason, revisiting his alma mater, and he got busted for marijuana. Now, where he plays or played with the Los Angeles Lakers in the state of California, marijuana is recreationally legal. In the state of Texas, where Alex Caruso grew up and went to college, it is not legal. It is only decriminalized. So you can only have a certain amount of marijuana or weed or pot on you, and then you get penalized and arrested. In Alex Caruso's case, he was arrested for possession. Your one-word reaction to Alex Caruso's arrest. Let me know your one-word reaction in the comment section down below. For me, honestly, I don't think it's a huge deal. I'm not waving any red flags. My reaction, not one-word reaction, is who cares? In the state in which Alex Caruso has a listed address, according to the police report, which is in Manhattan Beach, weed, pot, marijuana, it is legal. So Alex Caruso can smoke in California, and he's not penalized, doesn't get arrested. But in Texas, those laws are a little bit more stringent. So for me, who honestly cares? I don't see it as a big deal in 2021. But Alex Caruso arrested in Texas. Seems as though he was arrested at the airport. The drug paraphernalia, maybe he had a smoking device on him or something else. It's the possession charge in addition to the paraphernalia. Those are the charges that Caruso has been hit with. The possession, a $3,000 bond amount. Paraphernalia, $1,200. Alex Caruso is going to be a free agent this offseason. So I'm not sure other teams across the NBA are going to be saying, oh my gosh, Alex Caruso was visiting his hometown and he got busted for pot. It's not really a big deal. I don't think other teams are going to neglect to sign him or refuse to sign him because of this. So Alex Caruso, he's a free man now, and I don't see this as being something that's going to linger. As I mentioned off the top, today's show is brought to you by our friends at Magic Spoon. Fun fact, back in 2015 when I graduated college, I was a pretty fat dude, around 215 pounds, because late at night, I would just eat a bunch of cereal. And I had to eliminate cereal from my diet because I got really big. Luckily, I've reintroduced cereal in my diet thanks to Magic Spoon. It's the healthiest, most protein-packed cereal out there on the market right now. 0 grams of sugar, 4 net carbs per serving, 13 grams of protein, and honestly, all of the flavors from Magic Spoon are delicious. And if you go to magicspoon.com/Lakers, you get $5 off at checkout. They're a big supporter and new sponsor of what we do here at Chat Sports. That link is in the description as well as the comments, or you can just plug that link in that's been at the bottom of your screen in your web browser to get $5 off at checkout. I've been able to slim down thanks in part to Magic Spoon. You can do the same because who doesn't love cereal? This is cereal for adults, but it tastes like it did when you were a kid. As for what Alex Caruso did this past season in 58 games for the Lake Show, he was pretty solid, just okay. Interested to see what his market is as a free agent this offseason. 6.5 points per game, little less than 3 rebounds, almost shot 44% from the floor. The three-point numbers, pretty solid at north of 40%. And the Lakers have some decisions to make with their backcourt. Dennis Schroeder going to be an unrestricted free agent. So too is Alex Caruso. He is free to sign anywhere across the NBA. Talen Horton-Tucker, also a member of this backcourt, who is going to be a restricted free agent. For those not familiar, That means that another team can offer him a contract, and it is up to the Lakers to match that contract. If they do not match it, THT is free to walk elsewhere. As for what those guards did this past year, I thought Dennis Schroeder came up pretty small in the NBA playoffs. Like AD goes out, and you're thinking, oh, Schroeder, you turned down that 4-year, $84 million contract extension. Go off, my man. He didn't. His season numbers, pretty solid, 15.5 points per game. But like for a guy who you're leaning on offensively to shoot less than 44% from field goals, not good enough. As for Alex Caruso, maybe if he does come back to the Lakers, he's going to get more minutes, 21 minutes per game, 6.5 points, as I mentioned. The field goal percentage somewhat solid. If Caruso and Schroeder leave, though, maybe Talen Horton-Tucker takes on a larger role in this Lakers backcourt. Only got 20 minutes per game last year. And especially when LeBron and AD were out, thought THT was pretty solid, can play a little point guard, can play a little point forward role if you want to go smaller, depending on who you have at the power forward or center position. I think of these three, maybe the most valuable is THT, but then you got to think about how Alex Caruso is able to kind of lock down Steph Curry in that NBA play-in game, how he played in the NBA bubble last year, helping lift the Lakers to that NBA championship. Solid player who's going to demand some decent money, and I got to give Alex Caruso props. I mean, he was an undrafted guy coming out of Texas A&M. He's really proved himself throughout his NBA career, and I think he's earned himself a pretty solid payday. Your level of concern with Alex Caruso's arrest, scale it for me from 1 to 10. If you type 10, I'm concerned about you. I'm typing 0 or 1 for this one. I frankly don't care. But here on the Lakers Report, we bring you the latest news and rumors around your Lakers. This is a big reason why you should subscribe, It's getting late here at the Chat Sports offices as this news of Alex Caruso broke very, very late after we were live for the NBA Draft Lottery show for like 5 hours. But Laker Nation, if you're a big Laker fan, make sure you subscribe by going to youtube.com/LakersTV or hit that red subscribe button because this is your off-season hub for everything going on with your Lakers. We're bringing you the latest free agency news and rumors. We're going to continue to draft, look at some of these NBA draft prospects, and everything that happens with this franchise, we keep you updated here at Chat Sports. To recap, what happened with Alex Caruso? Arrested Tuesday in College Station, Texas, for possession and paraphernalia, all had to do with some Mary Jane. Charged with possession and drug paraphernalia and was released on about $4,200 in bonds. Going to be an unrestricted free agent this summer. And where he lives in California, marijuana, frankly, isn't a big deal. In Texas, that is definitely a different case. Before we head out, one more shout out to our sponsor, Magic Spoon, a new sponsor for us here at Chat Sports. For the best cereal out there and the healthiest cereal, adult cereal, because you don't want to act like a kid or eat like a kid because, frankly, we don't have the metabolism anymore of a kid. Go to magicspoon.com/Lakers. That allows you to get $5 off at your checkout.